Now, in 1992, Nigeria's local film industry had its first real hit, Living in Bondage, a straight-to-video dramatic thriller. It was the unofficial start of Nigeria's homegrown film industry, known as Nollywood, which produces an incredible 1,500 movies a year. Today, Nollywood films are available globally on cell phones, Netflix and YouTube, and on streets across Africa. It's attracted many Nigerians and non-Nigerians from around the world to the country's movie industry, and observers say it's positioning Nollywood to become a global brand. Now, one such movie has just been released here in the UK. It's called the Sham Love series, an anthology of romantic upheavals. Each episode is feature-length and tells a different story, sort of like the Agatha Christie mysteries. There'll be about 20 of them, well, maybe, and it's a first foray into the movie-making world for the writer and director Chuba Obi. We'll be talking to him live in the studio in a minute. But first, here's a look at the trailer for the first in the series. This one's called Stop That Wedding.
Take a dip in the ocean, spend the day in the sunlight. Let's go back to our old ways, 'cause these years they are catching up.
Oh, Martha, your husband married you, not another woman. God. Maybe that's why he left me. No one will use me like this again, Martha.
Hey, I'm sorry to give you the bearer of such bad news.
I'm not doing anything, it's all you.
Spent a fortune on him and...
Just stop talking, Robert. Where are you?
Pick up your phone. Pick up your phone now and hear my voice. You were beautiful when you were strong. When you stopped that wedding. Yeah, I'm a bit panicky. I don't really know what I've done. Never!
Well, let's speak now to the man behind that new Sham Love series, the writer-director Chuba Obi, who joins me live in the studio. That looks jolly interesting.
Thank you, Charles. Thank you very much.
Tell us about the story and plot lines behind this Sham Love series. Presumably it's all about Sham Love.
It is exactly all about Sham Love. That's the theme of the series, Charles. It's an anthology of love stories, mostly about upheavals, but not always sad things, you know, because there are both sides to everything. And an anthology means that it's a series of themes. So each episode will be a different story, mostly different cast. What, like you mentioned, comes to mind would be something like the Agatha Christie. We know it's going to be a murder whodunit, but we know the story is going to be peculiar in each occasion. So that's the sort of thing we have in mind with Sham Love series, but this time around love and handpecking and all that. So sometimes in the studio, on the set, we would go this way. Sham Love series.
So basically, it's about people who've been essentially dumped and the way they react to being dumped. And I take it they don't react very well to that.
No, not all the time at all. And sometimes they have this very peculiar view of themselves, and they think that they deserve what they think they deserve, and that who's left them is making the biggest mistake of their lives, and they're in the wrong place.
Well, I could tell you a few stories there. Now, this is, of course, your first movie, your debut, as it were, but we're actually talking about a series of movies, aren't we? So you're taking on something quite big here.
Yes, it is an ambitious one. You know, we've been planning this and cooking it for quite a long time. But that is the plan, the projection. The resources will determine how quickly we do that, realistically
because that's
speaking.
the bottom line, isn't it?
Yes, that is it.
How difficult was it tackling something so big and going at it for the first time?
Whew. Well, have you got time? Well,
briefly, yes. Fairly quickly.
Yes, it hasn't been easy at all. First of all, my background, I only I'm 40 now, but when I was 50 a few years ago.
I like that. The law of diminishing returns.
That's it. It works here.
Of course, you studied, you're an economist, actually.
Well, that's what I studied
Right.
on my undergraduate days. Then, yes, a few years ago, I studied formally film making and all that. So that showed me how it is done. You know, how do they do that? But most importantly, really, the works of the pioneers of Nollywood and the practitioners, you know, one of whom I know very well right now, you know, they opened the doors.
We won't say who it is.
No, we won't say, no, we'll just say all we want to say. Yes, opened the doors on the practicality of it.
Right.
Nollywood really showed the rest of us, those people who did it all, those pioneers and practitioners today, showed the rest of us that, hey, look, this is possible, and that the world has ears and eyes for our story.
And of course, you took it to the next level. I mean, well, because clearly
so.
your thing is kind of moved up there. What was the biggest challenge you faced? Because, of course, you shot it here in the UK.
Yes.
So you didn't have to face many of the obstacles that a lot of Nigerian filmmakers shooting in Nigeria have to face. No electricity cuts, no sort of shortage of fuel and all those sorts of things.
Thankfully, yes, Charles, thankfully. It had to be, it was above that level. Right. Fortunately, that's a serious problem, but that's with everything in places like Nigeria. You have to deal with those basics as well, but not here. So that enabled me to concentrate on the higher level things. And with the training I had and the synergy of the cast, crew, mentorship, it made it all possible.
Right.
Yes,
so is this a Nollywood movie, a British film, or an independent sort of movie? I mean, I hate to do this to you, but I'm looking for a nice compartment to slot this into.
Right, yes. I would say it's an independent movie. It cuts across culture. What it is not it's not differentiated by ethnicity or culture. No, it's about romance, and that exists in every culture.
Right.
Yes.
So very, very quickly, because we're out of time, where can we see this movie? What are the prospects for it?
Amazon Prime, USA, Amazon Prime, UK, Vimeo, on our website, Sham Love series, and the prospects are really good. The feedback is wonderful, beyond our wildest.
So basically an online release at the moment?
Yes, online release at the moment.
Chuba, good luck. Thank you very much indeed. Chuba Obi, the director of the Sham Love series, and that first one that we just saw, Stop That Wedding.